It's been a while since I felt this way. The night was long and the sky was gray, and I wondered if I would always feel lonely. The winter chill is nice at first, but after a while the cold just burns, and I'm ready for the sun to shine down on me.
My first impressions of Ari, they were kind of different a little bit. When I first noticed her in class, because we met in a swing dance class. So when I first noticed her, I was like, dang, she's really cute, but I'm definitely out of her league and too nervous to go talk to her. We kind of had this group that we would talk about, or we'd all talk together at the beginning of class. And that's really kind of when I first initially met her, I guess you could say. I didn't know her name at all because I was too much of a wuss to ask. But no, I thought she was really pretty, super good dancer. And I did my best to talk to her during class, but she had a class right after. And so I can never catch her after class.
Okay, my first impression, the first time we danced in swing class, I was like, fetch, this guy's tall. He will definitely be able to dip me, but I'm gonna have to put my arm around his waist instead of his shoulders. And I couldn't remember your name either. And then when you actually started talking to me in class, I was like, he's so cute, but he won't even ask me to dance. So obviously he's not interested. And then we matched on mutual and you invited me to volleyball. And I was like, yes, he doesn't just want to take me out to dinner, he wants to hang out with me. I was so excited. Our first date, we kind of asked each other on our first date. He was driving me home from volleyball and he was like, who brought it up first?
I brought it up first.
Okay, he was like, hey, did you know there's this institute dance on Friday? And I was like, yes. I was like, no way, are you going? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, dang it. I was like, oh, like with someone or just with friends? He's like, oh, I'm just going with friends. I was like, oh, yeah, me too. I couldn't find a date. So, and then he was like, oh, do you want to go? And I was like, yes. He's like, oh. And then I was like, wait, I have to clarify. It's like, as a date or just as friends? And he was like, oh, whatever you're more comfortable with. And I was like, no, you get to decide. And he was like, okay, it'll be a date. So he was all dressed up in his suit and he tried to get a tie to match my dress, and he kind of did. And I inadvertently wore his favorite color of dress. And then
Pretty good.
there's a lot of slow dancing, and apparently he knows how to sing, and he whipped that out. It's awesome. He's singing all of the songs to me. And we went home and played games with his roommates, and I went home and I was like, dang, I really hope he asks me out again, because that was the best date I've ever been on.
Yeah, being with you. One kiss of your lips and you're making my whole world bloom. I'm feeling brand new in the light of the moon. Oh, we're dancing all night to a favorite Timberlake tune. I can't stop this feeling. I'm falling for you.
So the funnest parts about dating Eli is probably that I have a lot of spontaneous ideas of stuff to do, and he has the equal amount of spontaneous ideas. So I'm not the only one who's like, hey, hear me out. Let's race across town so we can get Morty's fries before they close. Because I need motivation to finish my homework. He'll be like, hey, so my brother and his friends are going to go jump in the dam in the middle of the winter. Do you want to come? And we did. It was terrible, but it was fun because it was with him. Yeah.
I first said I love you when it was after, I want to say we had been on 4 dates already. And this was just kind of like a hangout day. We didn't, it wasn't like an official date. I can't remember what we did. We can't remember that. But anyways, we were just sitting on the couch talking, and my mind was racing. I was like, man, I really love this girl. Should I say it? And I was like, I'm just gonna say it, might as well. And so I said, I love you. And she looked at me with,
Nuh-uh.
You
You
did.
said, that's not why I love you.
that's true. That's true.
You were like, that's not why I love you. And I was like, what?
That is true. So I didn't say like, I love you, but in the conversation, we were talking about something. I was like, oh, well, that's not why I love you. And she just looks at me with this face. And I'm like, I don't know if this is an excited face or a terrified face or a disgusted face. But yeah, that's how it happened. She didn't say it back. She just kind of looked at me, but
Because to be fair, we weren't dating yet.
yeah, that is true.
But then we started dating. Because you said it.
Did.
And then I tried to get you, I was like, what did you say? And you were like, nothing. And you tried to backtrack. And I was like, say it again.
To say it again.
And then you waited a minute, and that's when you're like, I think I love you. And I was like, dang, gotta lock this one up fast.
Thought love was a fleeting friend, just a dandelion lost in the wind. Go on, catch it if you can. For a while thought I was close, but I got thorns and not a rose. But with you I've got a field of wildflowers. I just love being with you, being with you. One kiss.
All right, so finding the ring was honestly kind of a process because we're trying to find it in such a short time, which is the hardest part. But we probably went to like 5 different stores with Ari. So together we went to like 5 different stores and looked at rings, and we decided on a style that she really liked. She's always liked rose gold. And then when I actually went to go get the ring, I went to a different store by myself because I wanted her to not know what the ring looked like. And then the people there helped me out, and we got it and shipped it just in time.
So, the day before, my roommate, I knew that he was going to ask her to take pictures. And the day before, she texted me while I was at work and was like, hey, what do your nails look like? And I was like, fetch, they're not done. And so I was super worried. So I got home that day and I like painted him, and all of that day, I was like, he's gonna ask me to marry him. And then we went over to his brother's place and we were sitting in the hammock and the sunset, and it was so pretty, and I was like, just do it. Ask me to marry you. And he didn't. And I was a little bit disappointed, but I was like, it's okay. Tomorrow our parents are meeting, and like, I know what's gonna happen. I just don't know when. And I was like, that'll be so weird if our parents meet each other and we're not even engaged yet. Weird. So then the next day, he was like trying to get his phone fixed, and I was in a terrible mood because I was like, this is dumb. I'm planning a wedding and I don't even have a ring. And I was really grumpy. And then he was like, hey, we should just like go on a picnic before we meet our parents up. And I was like, oh, really? We should go on a picnic. Okay. So I definitely knew he was gonna.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. I made it pretty obvious.
And it was so cute, and we went to this really cute park, and there was like nobody else there in the spot we were at, and he had sparkling cider that we love and a cute picnic basket, and we were answering questions that an institute teacher gave us that you need to answer before you get married. And one of them was about like family, and we like finished answering it, and he goes, speaking of family, and then he got up on his knee. It was so cute. And he asked me to marry him. And then his sister walks out from behind the trees. Dang it. She caught us. It was the best. It was perfect. Even my mom said so. She was like,
Really?
that's the perfect proposal for Ari. You must know her well.
Let's go.
Yep.
3 favorite attributes of Ari. I think one of the best that sticks out the most is just how understanding she is. She's always so happy, really, no matter what. Even if she's having a bad day, whenever she sees me, she gives me the biggest smile. And she is super funny, very like sarcastic, and this is kind of like her whole family, but she always knows how to crack a joke in the right time, makes everybody laugh. And she's just super sweet. Really, just an angel, honestly.
Oh, so cute. 3 of my favorite attributes of Eli is I noticed right away that his family came before literally anything. Homework, work, school, friends, me. Family was so important. Every time he went home, there was this list of things that he was doing for his dad. And I was like, dang, they put him to work when he goes home. But it's not even that. He loves to help the people he loves. He's a giver. And he's a perfect gentleman, which was my favorite, because then I could brag to everybody. I'm like, he opens my doors. He don't let me pay. I don't think I've ever gone a time cold without getting a jacket or a hug. He takes care of me. And he forces me not to be independent, which is stupid, but he likes it. And I like your hair. Sorry, that's an attribute, but it's my favorite.
All right.
You're welcome. Things I'm most excited about for eternity is that you're my best friend and I get to do all the hard things with you, but I get to do all the fun things with you, which are things I want to share with you anyways. But it's just automatic because we're married and you're stuck with me.
I think the thing I'm most excited for is just to, I mean, you kind of took it, just to be with you, honestly. I'm tired of having to leave. You'll just be with me all the time. And we can do everything together. And also then I can just tease you all day, every day.
Yeah, and I'll just roast you and you can't roast me back because you have no salt in you.
We'll see.
I'm excited to have a little baby Eli.
Yeah. Me too.
Now I can feel the sun. Now I can feel the sun.